You guys are just the best.
I just loved everybody. Happy anniversary!
I'm very thankful to everyone at Stony Brook Children's Hospital. When I was 15 years old, I got hurt in a soccer game and ended up getting diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and that was really the start of my journey at the hospital.
Reese was playing in a soccer game. Another player from the opposite team took his legs out and he fell and hit his head. Got back to the school, the concussion experts did a series of tests and said that yes, they thought he had a concussion. They told him he should stay out of school. Reese, in the meantime, had felt something in his neck. So while we were at the concussion specialist on Sunday, we had him feel it, and he thought it would be a good idea to just go to the pediatrician and just have him look at it.
I had been feeling a little under the weather beforehand. My lips went blue in the sidelines, and that was kind of like the first issue that we noticed that something really isn't right. And then ended up getting blood work, and it was down the rabbit hole from there. And
then got a phone call on that Wednesday that I needed to get my son to the emergency room at Stony Brook Hospital because they felt that the doctor was pretty sure he had leukemia. I was extremely confident that Reese was in the best place and was only going to get the best care possible. Everybody just walked us through everything that was going to happen. They spoke directly to Reese. You know, a lot of times you go somewhere and doctors or nurses or whoever you're with will direct everything at you, but this wasn't about me. It was about him, and I wanted him and my husband wanted him directly involved in all of his care.
They treat everyone like family there, and from the second I got there, I felt loved and cared for.
All the doctors there are amazing. Dr. Hogan has a way about her of just telling you like it is.
She talks to me about what's going on outside of the hospital. Everyone in the hospital sort of just became like other friends to me that I could catch up with and talk to if I had a problem with anything.
Knowing that everybody cared so much about not just him and not just mom and dad, but the whole family. All the staff at Stony Brook Children's Hospital go above and beyond to make you feel special. Whether it had been a doctor or a nurse that found out that Reese was back in the hospital, going out of their way on their time to find us and just give a smile or a hug and to say hello and make sure he was doing okay.
All the nurses, whether it's inpatient or outpatient, great people to be around. They really make you feel at home and like you have people to talk to.
The transition into the new children's hospital was unbelievable. I mean, the first time we walked in there, it was kind of just, you like flabbergasted at what it became. And so inviting. It's so weird to say that when you're going in for treatment, but so inviting, so warm. In the children's hospital itself, when you're admitted there, every room you're alone. And it's like a little hotel room. It's really quite amazing what they have done.
I'm very thankful to everyone at Stony Brook Children's Hospital. They've treated me as a patient first, but most importantly as family. I'm finally nearing the end of my treatment. I've been undergoing chemotherapy since September of 2019. I'm in my maintenance phase and we're coming to the end, so hopefully I'll be done by the time I leave high school.
From the bottom of my heart and the bottom of the hearts of my family, we cannot be more thankful for everything that you have done for us, and especially for Reese. We have built a relationship with every person that we have come in contact with. Appreciation is an understatement for how we feel about everybody. Only love. When he gets married, they'll all be at his wedding.
Good morning. I'm Reese Tiller. I am so glad to have shared my story with all of you today. I'm also very proud to be your MC here. It's a pleasure and a privilege to introduce our next speaker, Margaret Mcginnis, the 6th president of Stony Brook University. In addition to being a distinguished scholar, recognized cultural historian, and author, President Mcginnis has a broad range of experience and expertise in critical areas of higher education. Prior to joining Stony Brook, she served as an executive vice president and provost for the University of Texas at Austin, where she acted as chief academic officer, led strategic planning for the university's academic mission, and made significant advancements in equity, diversity, and inclusion initiatives. Please join me in welcoming Stony Brook University President Margaret Mcginnis.
Well, thank you for that introduction, Reese, but most importantly, thank you for sharing your story, for your strength, for your leadership, and in being with us to celebrate this momentous occasion. It was inspiring to be able to see the progress in the years in building a world-class children's hospital here at Stony Brook Medicine. For decades, our dedicated healthcare professionals and innovative physicians have been caring for patients and building a healthier future here on Long Island. But so rarely are we able to really visualize all the Stony Brook University Hospital has done and continues to do. In 2010, Stony Brook University Hospital announced the launch of Stony Brook Children's. We had a long history of caring for children, and it was with the generational knowledge and passion that we made the commitment to create an institution that would better meet the needs of nearly 500,000 children in Suffolk County. Stony Brook prides itself on the incredible reciprocity between our institution and our community, which we believe helps us to educate generations of leaders, thinkers, and professionals who understand the importance of service and community building. We are invested in the continued health of our neighbors, and I could not think of a more profound way to fulfill this mission than ensuring the well-being of our community's youngest members. And now, here we are, celebrating Stony Brook Children's Hospital's 10th anniversary in this beautiful, brand new facility. This state-of-the-art facility opened in 2019 in order to match the clinical excellence of our programs and is designed purposefully with children and their families in mind. Stony Brook's hospital has maintained a legacy of pediatric care since its inception, and the new facility marks our ushering in a new era of medical innovation and service. Now, Stony Brook's Children's is a vital part of the academic and clinical mission of Stony Brook University and Stony Brook Medicine. That mission includes providing the highest quality education and training to the next generation of pediatric specialists, advancing knowledge through research, and delivering world-class and innovative healthcare. Stony Brook Children's is a regional and national leader in children's healthcare. It was the first children's hospital in the nation to create a center for the treatment of pediatric multiple sclerosis, and the first in the tri-state region to offer a comprehensive Duchenne muscular dystrophy center. During the COVID-19 pandemic, our pediatric investigators have been leading clinical trials to evaluate the effectiveness and safety of COVID vaccines in children, and we serve as the only pediatric level 1 trauma center in the county. This is advanced pediatric medicine at its best. As it takes a village to raise a child, it has taken a tremendous community support to build this hospital. Although I was not here for the birth of this extraordinary institution, I do know just how many people have worked diligently over the past decade to bring this vision to reality. I have heard so many accounts of the dedication and collaboration that it required to start Stony Brook Children's Hospital, each account tinged with love and with well-earned pride. An institution with this kind of clinical and academic excellence simply could not be possible without the broad support from legislators, the community, civic organizations, schools, and philanthropic organizations, as well as individual donors, and of course, most especially, all of you here with us today. Thank you for your support, expertise, skill, and dedication. We are profoundly grateful to everyone who contributed to Stony Brook University Hospital more than 40 years ago and who have been instrumental in the development of Children's Hospital in 2010. Thanks to you, we offer unmatched capabilities to handle nearly any type of medical condition affecting children. This is indeed something to be very proud of and to celebrate today. I'm so happy to have you with us, and congratulations on your 10th anniversary.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Margaret Mcgovern, Dean for Clinical Affairs at the Renaissance School of Medicine at Stony Brook University, the President of Healthcare System Clinical Programs and Strategy at Stony Brook Medicine, and the Knapp Chair in Pediatrics. It has been Dr. Mcgovern's vision and great mission to make this children's hospital a reality.
Thank you, Reese. Reese, you have a super cute dog. Maybe your dog can join the pet therapy group in the hospital. On June 10th, 2010, we announced the launch of Stony Brook Children's Hospital in front of a large contingency of grateful patients and families, hospital and School of Medicine leadership, community supporters, elected officials, and the press. On that day, we laid out a bold vision to build an exceptional children's health program, including the construction of a new children's hospital. The New York State Commissioner of Health at the time, Commissioner Daines, congratulated us at that event on our thoughtful and responsible plan to build on the 30 years of children's health care at Stony Brook University Hospital to launch a broader program to meet the healthcare needs of the nearly 500,000 children in Suffolk County and provide exceptional pediatric care right here. Together, we laid the groundwork for excellence by recruiting over 100 additional pediatric specialists from the best programs in the country to form the intellectual infrastructure necessary to provide state-of-the-art compassionate care. We opened a pediatric emergency department, moved the NICU. Have to note that it is the largest ICU in Stony Brook Medicine, is the neonatal intensive care unit, to state-of-the-art space. We increased depth in the clinical divisions, started new clinical education and research programs, and markedly expanded our ambulatory footprint. And of course, in 2019, we opened this beautiful new facility to house Stony Brook Children's Hospital. But make no mistake about it, it is the people who make Stony Brook Children special. All of you here today in person and those joining us virtually to mark this occasion. As the quote by Mr. Rogers in the Children's Hospital lobby says, "Anyone who does anything to help a child in his life is a hero." You are the heroes we honor today. Heroes like our nurses, staff, and physicians who did not hesitate to step up during the peak of COVID to evaluate and care for symptomatic children. Heroes like our hospitalists and pediatric specialists who come together as teams to provide expert care. Heroes like the primary care pediatricians who have what may arguably be the hardest job, discerning everyday pediatric illness from symptoms that suggest something more serious. Heroes like the entire NICU and PICU staff who toil night and day to give our tiniest and sickest patients a chance at life. Heroes like our administrative and development staff who are good stewards of our resources that have allowed us to grow. Heroes like our child life and social workers who attend to the needs of the entire family in adjusting to their diagnosis and care plan. And heroes like our trainees at every level who are the future of pediatric medicine and bring their enthusiasm and new ideas every day and keep us all energized. You should all be proud of the outstanding clinical quality and breadth of services Stony Brook Children's provides. For me personally, it has been an honor to work with all of you in growing this program, and your dedication and passion for improving children's lives have been a daily inspiration. And our mission, of course, to children extends well beyond clinical care. Stony Brook Children's is Long Island's premier children's teaching hospital, advancing the study and practice of pediatric medicine. Our residency and fellowship training programs foster a spirit of inquiry, and our faculty direct research at the forefront of pediatric medicine that leads to the next best ideas in pediatric medicine and provides hope where there is none to families who have a child with an illness for which there is no treatment. None of this would have been possible without you or without the support of generous donors, community and legislative support, and our Children's Hospital Task Force, which for all the way from the very beginning provided important input on ways to make our hospital better. Thank you for your commitment to children's health, and I think you all deserve another round of applause because you're awesome.
Thank you, Dr. Mcgovern. And now I am pleased to introduce Carol Gomes, CEO of Stony Brook University Hospital. Carol Gomes is a long-term member of the Stony Brook University Hospital community and is a Stony Brook University alumna.
Thank you so much, Reese. Stony Brook Children's Hospital was created for every child and every family, with each aspect of the family dedicated to promoting safety, well-being, and healing of our pediatric patients. We are incredibly proud of this beautiful building, which we moved into right before the pandemic hit. And it is not only beautiful, but beautifully functional, with features that make it easier for us to deliver state-of-the-art care and aid in the healing process. We have our own dedicated pediatric emergency department with a private waiting room to keep our children from being exposed to adult emergencies. Our neonatal ICU, which serves our littlest patients, was the first in New York State to have all private rooms. With all private rooms, our 104-bed hospital combines the best practices in modern pediatric medicine with our child-first, family-first philosophy, addressing family needs as a whole and striving to understand and embrace each family's unique perspective regarding their child's care. Each patient room in the new hospital was thoughtfully designed with designated spaces for patients, caregivers, and family members, and state-of-the-art safety and security systems. When not with patients, nurses are stationed directly outside the rooms where they can monitor 2 patients at once while taking notes, reviewing medications, creating care plans, writing discharge plans, and so much more. And because we are proud to be Long Island Hospital, our patient rooms feature a nautical theme to reflect our Long Island heritage. This theme is carried throughout the building and highlighted by the live feed from the Long Island Aquarium in our Children's Hospital lobby. Patients can control their room lights, which come to life with 3D turtles, fish, and dolphins, because research shows that giving children more control over their environment helps allay their fears and concerns. Child life specialists work with their creative ways to engage our patients, help to normalize their experience, and overall to bring joy. A specialty of Stony Brook Children's is Ouchless Medicine, which includes the use of numbing creams before injections and venipuncture, as well as specialized equipment that makes it easier to locate veins. Instruments are child-sized for both comfort and precision. These examples and more demonstrate why Stony Brook Children's provides the Children's Hospital difference. We know that children are not little adults. They have their own unique needs. And that's why we include the extra touches that make a significant difference for our patients and families and are proven to help promote healing. I am so very proud of our hospital and the work we do here each and every day. Thanks to each and every one of you.
Now I am pleased to introduce Dr. Carolyn Milana, Chair of the Department of Pediatrics of the Renaissance School of Medicine at Stony Brook University, and Physician-in-Chief of Stony Brook Children's Hospital. As a pediatrician and departmental leader, Dr. Milana has dedicated her career to improving the health and well-being of children.
Thank you, Reese. We're so pleased to be here today with you to celebrate the wonderful people, leaders, staff, and members of the community who envisioned and helped to create Stony Brook Children's Hospital. The people who keep it running day and night, the dedicated professionals who provide life-changing, life-saving care to families across Long Island. There are two things that truly set Stony Brook Children's apart: our people and our programs. Many of you are aware that I came to Stony Brook Medicine as a resident. When I was a second-year resident, there were no in-house attendings. I was alone in the PICU with a critically ill patient. This is a really scary situation for any new second-year resident, I will tell you. The nurse working with me that night looked me straight in the eye and told me, "You can do this." She reminded me that I was not alone, but that I had a whole team of people to help provide care and support for this child and her family. It was a long night, but we got through it together as a team. That night, I learned a valuable lesson. It is all of the people who work here that make us who we are. The knowledge and care that each and every one of you bring to our patients is vital. The experience I just described is just one example of the many outstanding teams I have worked with in my time at Stony Brook Children's, both inpatient and outpatient. We are comprised of physicians, nurses, child life, and many other clinical and non-clinical staff members who help make our patient experience excellent and truly compassionate on a daily basis. We are here to celebrate today our 10-year anniversary, but July marked my 24th year with Stony Brook Medicine. I've seen many, many changes over the years as we grew and strengthened our clinical, research, and educational programs. When I was hired, there were no satellite offices. Our general pediatric inpatient units were covered by subspecialists, and we had no pediatric emergency department. With the leadership of both Dr. Richard Vine, who's here in our audience today, and Dr. Margaret Mcgovern, who you just heard from, we began to grow and flourish, leading to the launch of the Children's Hospital in 2010. We've come a long way, and in the past 10 years, our growth has been exponential. We've developed some amazing clinical programs for our patients, working as multidisciplinary teams to provide outstanding world-class care. We now have a dedicated pediatric emergency department. We're a level 1 trauma center. We have a hospitalist program to care for our inpatients. We have 9 outpatient satellite offices, and of course, our beautiful new Children's Hospital. Additionally, we've developed specialty programs with coordination of care between medical and surgical specialties for our patients, such as the DMD Center for Neuromuscular Patients and our Coordinated Fetal Care Program to identify babies in need of pediatric care even before they are born. These are just a few of the many highlights that make Stony Brook Children's so special. Clearly, there's a lot to celebrate today and a lot to be proud of. And there is so much more to look forward to in the future. Now we're going to show our final video for you all to watch.
The story of Stony Brook Children's Hospital is a special one.
It's inspiring.
It's clinical.
It's academic.
It's rooted in research.
It is us.
Stony Brook Children's Hospital is probably one of the most interdisciplinary coordinated care facilities I've ever worked at.
Stony Brook Children's, to me, is the perfect place to practice medicine.
An amazing place to do research because of the collaboration across not only the Department of Pediatrics, but across all the departments here.
Stony Brook provided the environment for me to practice what I love most, taking care of kids.
I think it's gratifying making kids who are unable to walk again.
I've been with Stony Brook for 2.5 years, and I'm growing, and Stony Brook is also growing up.
It's pretty amazing to think about the changes at Stony Brook Children's over the past 10 years.
Knowing that this hospital was growing, both physically, but also in terms of the resources available to it, was something that was very exciting.
We moved into our new building in November of 2019. And it was amazing.
When you come into the Children's Hospital, it feels like you're walking into like a 5-star hotel.
I actually thought, wow, it's really nice in here.
This is a structure that is built to be a home away from home.
The building is literally built to cater to our pediatric patients.
We literally have had patients who really didn't want to go home because they liked Stony so much.
I played a couple of games like PlayStation over there.
Forever, I was a nurse on the 11th floor, and to me, you know, you came in and you only went to the 11th floor in the hospital, and that was the designated pediatric unit. Now that we have a children's hospital, you walk in and you just have a sense that it's such a space for children.
One of the other things that comes along with the new physical space is the teamwork that exists between the residents and doctors, the nursing staff, all of our aides, our child life team.
One of the things I'm really most proud of is the learning environment that we've established here.
Recently, this past year, we added new curriculum for our residents in areas such as identifying and addressing issues with health equity, new simulation training. We have augmented our communication training to ensure our newest doctors have closed-loop, clear team communication, which of course will translate to optimal patient care.
Being part of the Stony Brook family has really been quite an honor. Before I came down here, I'm not sure I recognized the diversity, both of the types of patients that we would be seeing, but also the diversity of pathologies that we would be treating here.
Stony Brook Children's has lots of specialties and specialists to choose from, and we serve all kids from Montauk to Manhattan.
All the subspecialists come together in one place. By doing that, we're able to make a diagnosis quicker. We're able to provide smarter care faster.
I feel a sense of pride.
Every day I come into this institution, I am humbled.
I just love what I do, taking care of patients and providing the best patient care that I possibly can.
It really is a sense of community, and you take care of people in your community.
We are very grateful for Stony Brook Children's Hospital and everything they have done for my family.
I don't know what we would have done without them, and Dr. Moratori and the rest of the staff, the team, just incredible.
I'm a father of a cancer survivor. He was treated at Stony Brook Children's, and that actually was what propelled me to work on this field.
I think of why I went into pediatrics, and I can only say, well, first of all, children are so much fun to play with.
Children are so pure and forgiving and honest.
It's a dynamic that you can't get anywhere else.
They're our future.
I think one of the miracles of life is watching children grow, watching their minds develop, their thoughts develop, and watching how they react to their own problems, which I think a lot of times is quite inspiring.
Because of my cancer and all the care I've gotten, I actually now want to be a pediatric oncologist at Stony Brook when I grow up.
I, along with Stony Brook Children's, am celebrating my 10-year anniversary here.
I actually am celebrating my 20th anniversary here at Stony Brook Medicine.
Well over 38 years.
People often ask me why I'm at Stony Brook for so many years. And I tell them this is one of the premier institutions for developing research, not only for adults, but for children as well.
Here in our lab, we're doing research that relates directly to children with epilepsy and other neurologic disorders.
To summarize Stony Brook's Children's Hospital, I can only say one thing.
Unique. Cutting edge.
Dedicated.
It's my second home.
Stony Brook Children's Hospital is family.
They are my family to me.
The 10-year anniversary of the Children's Hospital to me signifies the support and responsibility this institution has committed to for caring for our most prized possessions in our communities with the integrity, compassion, accountability, respect, and excellence of medicine.
I think this is really a center of excellence, and then parents should be comfortable, bringing their kids here for the highest quality care.
Friends, colleagues, you're all extraordinary. You inspire me, you inspire our many supporters, and you inspire all the children and families whose lives you've touched.
Happy anniversary, Stony Brook.
Happy anniversary to us.
Feliz aniversario.
The best ideas in medicine.
For kids. For kids. For kids.